Try Hey, welcome back, everybody. Friday night Winston Cup action from Nazareth, Pennsylvania. I'm your host, Shawn Reap, with my partner in the booth, as always, the monster, Milt Minter Jr. How you doing, Milty?
What's up? Welcome to Pennsylvania. Now
Home,
you're messing with a son of a bitch.
and we are in
Nazareth, baby.
Andretti country.
Now you're messing with the son of a bitch.
Yeah, we're gonna be singing "Hair of the Dog" all night, probably. Hopefully not tomorrow morning. But this is a quirky little tri-oval type track. I think Kenny Wallace was asked how many turns it was, and he said it's about 24, because that's how many times he turned his wheel going around here. But real quickly, we'll get through the starting grid here. We got Jim Gately on the pole, and bit of a program note from last week. That is your winner last week, Jim Gately. After post-race tech inspection, he moves up a spot and picks up the win from Dover.
Jim.
So yeah, that's Slim, the professor, on the pole. Matt Watkins saying this isn't his type of track, but there he is on the outside pole in that 35 car. Dennis Chambers, Northeast driver, and so this is his territory for sure. He sits there in the third spot. It's the 10 car in the podium qualifiers there, and Diamond Dave Simons, 02 car, starting outside second row. Dan Irvine, Johnny Doucette, Bill Yarbrough, Dan Jones, Dave Jandry, and Will Farmer wrapping up your top 10 there. Joe, yeah, the truck race, truck championship races tonight. The race Sunday. I know it's the old hat, but pulling for Truex on Sunday. He won here in the Busch Series back in the day, and this would be one of the 27 home tracks for Truex, if you ask, depending on who you ask in NASCAR. And we've got cars on the grid.
Well, the house that Andretti built, and this is basically kind of a flat, old school, kind of like the old homestead, only with a major more dog leg. They're downshifting in the corners and lifting in the dog leg there. This is going to be a real challenge to keep this thing green here. I think we're going to have a lot of action, and I'll leave it at that.
Well, the real trouble spot, as you noted, is that dog leg in the front stretch. It's after the start-finish line. So especially if people are racing back to the caution and aren't thinking about the fact that they then have to make a turn after that, it can get kind of treacherous. I mean, you can even see here.
The two legends up on the pole there.
You can see how sharp it is.
Matt Watkins, the GOAT.
See how sharp that turn is just even here under the pace lap.
Yeah. You have to really lift there. They'll keep it in fourth there and then downshift into these corners. Try to get arc it a little bit and get right on that rumble strip as you see the pace car going, pace truck. Can we do? Oh, no Scooby this week.
No Scooby. We're on a Camaro. I'm sorry. We got the Z28 mod Trans Am pace car.
Trans Am.
I got tired of the Corvette pace lights that have been busted on the original Aero 88 mod pace car forever, so I switched it up.
Well, my pick's going to be Slim Jim Gately because I'm not stupid. So what's yours? As we get
Dennis Chambers, because I am also not stupid, and there's a guy who knows how to take care of a car.
Yeah, but stupid does as they go green. Whoa, boy, left in there. Car's up against the wall.
It's definitely a track where discretion is the better part of valor early in the race.
We got some guys here sitting in the top 5 here that really want to pounce here. Let's see what happens. Pit road entrance and exit is much like Homestead also, where you have to take the access roads. Very difficult with the curved pit stalls. It's some of them guys right on the edge of that curve are gonna really have trouble getting into their stalls. even under yellow.
You see Dennis Chambers looking to make a move on Matt Watkins early here into turn 3. Guy Pitra, the 151 car, slow on pit road already. I'm not sure what happened there.
Having internet and connection issues. He hasn't raced in a while, and that's my Donkey Bob teammate and I racing. And he's back going again.
See young Will Farmer working on Brian Lamb on the right side of your screen there. That is for the 9th spot, or for the 10th spot, rather. Looks like it may have caught a piece of wall there. And, yep, series admin Ryan Johnson looking underneath.
Will Farmer gets around Ryan Johnson. Taking a look at Brian Lamb. Brian Lamb sideways.
Oh!
Spins and spins out of the way. Great job staying on the brakes. It might not even bring a caution out.
It did bring a caution. Caution is out.
What a power slide through there. It just carried a little too much momentum there. This is kind of a track I thought the 09 would like there, and still might, you know, but no damage, and he'll carry on. Probably going to need...
No, he retired on the spot.
Oh, no kidding. That's... he gone. So the 9 is in the in-care center.
Oh, jeez. Milt, eh?
Doris
we'll see what happened.
Up in the house.
Hey, Mama Gately checking in. Ed Feller, too.
Gately checking it out. And
here's a replay here. And we'll see that I thought maybe he got help, but no, Lamb just got a little loose there going into the dog leg, and lazy spin. I don't think he hit anything, and just retired right there on the spot.
Bob Smarterson down pit road. Ted Parkin did a little landscaping. Not sure if he wanted to pit or not. And
we got the 10 car.
But no harm, no foul.
10 car Dennis Chambers coming down pit road too.
51 already. Dave Jandry, 4 tires this early in 6 laps.
This place does not have a ton of tire wear.
Whoa, boy, and Johnny Dussault had to let up which was a good, smart move there. Seen Dave Jandry coming, didn't know if there was enough room there. Chevrolet, the best part of Valor. How's that go? He let him by. 58 is got some mojo tonight. Qualified like 5th, I think. So don't think he's worried early. This is a tough track. Main thing is to keep that baby clean. Look at the shine on that 58 car.
They're all shining bright under the lights here in this beautiful version of a now defunct track made by John Norton at Wild Customs and Cars. It's much better than the old IndyCar Racing 2 track converter version with the Dave Noonan track converter we used to run.
Well, I didn't even get to say, Brian Lamb, but so I said
there we go.
Right there. Lamb. Dennis Chambers all the way back to 14th after starting right up in the front there. He got tires too.
Right.
Hanson, Weber, Don the Dog Palmer, I think he stayed out. Renato, 1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine Corps. Do you feel dizzy? Do you feel faint?
So yeah, we've had our first caution night quickly here, but we're back to green coming up on lap 8 here.
Bill Yarbrough, as usual, assessing situation here. Great short track driver. I know, didn't get to say Mr. Bojangles.
Well, that's because Ed's
dance.
not out there.
Yeah, well, what happened tonight, Ed? No DNS for Ed Fowler in the Mr. Bojangles car. Pace car is off. Then Jim Gately and up in P2 there, Dave Simons. We've seen what he can do. That Dodge is a pouncing. Talked to Matt Watkins before the race. He was pretty humble about his chances. Didn't really like his speed. Not his kind of track. I could quote him on that, but he still feels like he can get a top 5 and help his points chances, which are looking really good. Being
I think he'll figure it out.
In the lead here. That's what the GOAT do. Ed's in Florida for a conference. Work before play. That's the way it go.
And Dave Simons was slideways through the front stretch.
Right now, and this is definitely his kind of track. Great mechanics, footwork, the way he analyzes the track. I've done lots of training, but here comes Dave Simons all over the back of him, putting pressure on him. The O2 has something to say here.
Meanwhile, tearing his way up through the field is the 10 car of Dennis Chambers.
Well, we're starting to see maybe these guys pitted because tire wear is a huge issue here.
Well, Dennis Chambers ran the chicken run with us on Tuesday. I was in that race as well, and the tire wear isn't a huge issue here. So I think it's just he's more comfortable than some of these people back here who are still getting a handle on the track. And that's where he's picking up his spots.
11 watching live now, and you can watch this later in the convenience of your time zone and put it on your big screen, YouTube it. It will be archived and get it on the big screen if you're watching on your phone or TV right now, or your computer. Man, it looks great on the big screen.
We'll go look inside the 10 car here as he gets around this
Get a little
track.
The driver's seat.
So here we go. He's coming off. Well, we'll just call it turn 3 tonight. You see, start-finish line comes up before that dog leg. You do have to lift. Just clip the... Oh, sideways and saved it.
Right there. Great save. Double dog leg here.
No, it's one dog leg.
Fourth gear. Wow. Out on the back straight. Not much banking here, so hard braking, downshift to the third. Let it roll and pick up the throttle, try to get right on the inside.
Let's see if it gets better through here.
Lift a little. Wow, this track is really busy.
I see why Kenny Wallace said it was about 23 turns.
Wow, I mean, these guys got their hands full.
Yeah, Ed Fowler says Dave's a really good road racer, and this place to me would race a little like a road course. And
Dennis a little bit there. He kind of got out of it a little bit, and that's what you got to do.
Caution on the track.
Mediate. And the caution is out.
Oh, there it is. There's why the 68 car is
intense.
stopped on the back stretch.
Wow. Welcome
he's
to
just
professional sim racing stock car style, baby.
And he has to wait for the whole field to get by before he can get that machine rolling again.
And they're all boxing here. They're pitting. Check out the... What are we looking at? Pit road speed. Looks like it's 45.
It's 45, slightly downhill, so you got to be careful of that.
The angles here, sometimes it might be better to qualify back farther, but not in this case, as they have to negotiate. Those guys that have to negotiate and get in their stalls on the curve right there, that's really tough. That's AKA like Bristol or Martinsville. You see these pro drivers get in their stalls, lickety split. Excellent. And a fire sale out to the second line there, and Slim Jim Gately with that #1 pit stall. He liking that.
All right, thanks for checking in there, Ed. Ed's gotta sign off for tonight. And then meanwhile, I found the source of our caution here.
Ed, don't work too hard, bro.
I thought it was from Chet Barkin's car stopped on the backstretch, but it was actually Pops coming through the front here. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Here he is. After clearing the dog leg, he just gets into one and kind of loses it and then loops it back the other way. And that's the source of our second yellow flag here. And I'm not sure what happened to the 68 after that.
Well, you know, didn't get a chance to talk to the drivers as far as fuel and tires, but we're seeing them every chance they get, they're getting tires. So looking at the size of this track, it's about a mile, so fuel, they can go a long way, but obviously tires is a huge issue here. So,
and there's what happened to the 68. So at the same time as the 99 was spinning, yeah, the 68 getting a little help, and I think he may have been having problems with his computer running slow or something. His 9 car popped up right into him.
Yeah, Chet Barkin he's got a beast of a computer, but you know, simulation racing is not just about that. Sometimes it's just about how it all works. And you know, I have the same issues, and I got a pretty good beast here. It's part of the deal, you know, and hopefully he'll get that straightened out. He keeps working on it and get a lot of help and support here from the FSP support team.
Keep forgetting to turn off my replay and live labels.
You know, it's looking like, you know, a lot of cautions. Tuesday night, the chicken run, which is a shorter simulation of this same track. They had a lot of cautions. John Dog Palmer was telling me, and so staying clean and getting track position is going to be huge.
And pace car is off as Johnny Doucette chose to stay out and takes him back
boy,
to lead.
Johnny. I mean, he's got a fast car. He's got to make something happen here. Why not? We know he's got what it takes.
Oh, Dave Simons was looking underneath the 95, but wisely chose to back off it.
Here. You really need somebody to. Oh, and Simons up against the wall.
Has a hard hit to the wall. Dennis Chambers already back up to 5th now.
68 is running slow on the inside. There's not much room here, so you have to really throttle back, especially when you're following somebody. And once
Dennis Chambers through the grass.
For it, Johnny Doucette falls back quickly.
3 wide now, and John Doucette seems to be stuck on the wall.
Oh, and Simons again scrapes the wall. Tire wear could be huge here. We're gonna have to see if we can drag somebody up here on the next caution and try to get some info here. I have a feeling there's going to be another one. Will Farmer, P3 right now. He's got Dennis Chambers all over his 6 right now. And taking a look, this looks like the best passing zone right here. See what the grip is on the outside there. And This is great. Short track, short race.
Man, you don't want to be side by side through this dog leg, though.
Oh, and through that dog leg right there. Oh, and Simons gets in
Oh,
the
no.
side of the 95. And then spins somebody behind him. That's going to definitely bring the caution out.
It looks like the 54 and the 27
Bill Yarbrough got caught up in
together.
that, yeah. Being it's a shorter track, a little bit of damage, I wouldn't park it yet here. Depends. Caution is out. Have to look at that again. I don't know if there was contact with the 02 and the 95 or if the 02 corrected big time and the 95 just hit the wall. We'll have to see.
Well, there was a whole lot going on around there, so...
Yeah, definitely. Look, we got some action. That's for sure.
So, first off, right away, we had this 3-wide situation with the 95, 58, 10, 02, some combination thereof. So yeah, it was the 10, the 02, and the 58. That's what got Johnny Doucette into the wall. Dave Simons catches the wall off of turn 1.
Seemed like Johnny couldn't go, which means
as they come back around.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But.
It's all good. They come back around here. Okay, so the next time by. Yeah, they were side by side going into the dog leg. And looks like the 02 just kind of slid sideways into the 95. They held it. So completely independent of that.
There, it looks like. The 58 just went backwards there. Is tire wear that critical, or did he just have a problem there? Maybe might have blown a gear or something.
And you see, so okay, 54 was checking up, and 27 got him. So that's how that late addition to the wreck happened there. Yeah, that dog leg's the toughest part of the track to me.
Rick Castle had his mic open there, was saying he was pitting like 1,000 times there. Interesting.
Got a stuck button.
Yeah.
I remember that happened once with Joe Cutter. The entire night, nobody could get any messages up because his pit message was stuck. And the chat log was like 15 pages of just, hitting this lap, hitting this lap, hitting this lap.
Okay, we're on the yellow there. They're going to stop again here real soon. I want to drag somebody up here, but I don't want to mess up their pit stop, so they got a pit here now, right?
No, they seem to be staying out.
Let me see if I can get Will Farmer here real quick.
Okay. And the lights are off on the FSB pace car. So we'll be back to green next lap by. We're almost a third of the way
real
here.
Quick here, we got Will Farmer. What's up with the tire wear here? Is it really extreme like this?
No, I don't think it's as extreme as you guys really think it is. I think it's more people just trying to run it really hard, really early. We still got 64 laps to go left in the race, and we got to see some guys here. They're running pretty hard. I was trying to run it hard up front, trying to see what those leaders are doing up there because they are just speeding through it. But yeah, I think it's a mix of guys trying to figure out the track and guys just run it hard early.
Yeah, if you slide the tires, you'll wear them out. But if you can keep it nice and steady, there's not a lot of fall off.
All right,
tires. So you're about to go back. So good luck.
All right, do you need me to drag it back, or you got it?
I'll be all right.
All right, cool. Thanks, Will.
Alright, Will Farmer. Appreciate him stopping in to talk to us real quick before taking the green again. And again, up front, we have the Professor Slim Jim Gately, Matt Watkins, and Dennis Chambers.
Boy. Ken Hansen hard into the wall there. The beer can got dented a little bit there. Pop that thing out there, and of course, milling forward.
And you see him back there behind Will Farmer and being chased by the other beer car, Dan Irvine.
Oh, and he gets on
Wow.
hard on the brakes again. They're getting coagulated here. Will Farmer all over John Descent, too. I don't think these guys are really trying to race hard. It's just the nature of the track, which is fantastic for us viewers. We're definitely going to have some action here.
Well, this is one of those tracks where less is more when you're trying to drive around
The
it.
58 just seems tight as a string there. John Doucette is just letting everybody by there after staying out there and getting P1. That car is going backwards in a hurry.
Yeah, I think he just didn't really have a good feel for the race pace, and he just wanted to get out there and get a lap led.
How about Brad Otto, the U.S. Marine? Oh, he's sideways there. He's done a lot of road racing. This track has a real road racing feel. And the 31's, he's battling for the top 10 there. That's very impressive. Will taking a look under him. He's going to take that spot. And the 27, Dan Irvine, and the 02 comes up hard. Gets on the binders and clears it. Good job, Brad, letting them by and getting back in line there. Some badass close quarters racing, folks. This is a tough track. Very ambitious for the league to pick this one to run. Then you look at the 108 there, John Dog Palmer, for you that don't know, he's paralyzed from the waist down, and he uses hand controls. He's a great super speedway driver.
Ooh, got a little loose there.
Admit this is not one of the type of tracks he would like, but then again, he's running at P7 in that AMC Spirit, and as he's getting passed by Billy Yarborough, obviously the 54 is
Will
still
Farmer in
pretty
the grass.
Will Farmer catches the grass and spins around. These guys are not disappointing on action here. This is going to probably bring out the caution.
Yeah, we do have caution on the speedway.
But what a show. They're not pussyfooting around here. They're battling as they race back. Yellow's going to be out, so they're going to have to hold position here. As they cross the line. This is good stuff, man. We got to get some more in-car of
Yeah, see, here's the 95.
3-4 wide battles on this skinny little ass track here, man.
He just got two tires in there, and then it hooked the car left, and didn't want to let go of that grass.
So we'll
I think
say
this should be okay.
Tires are not that important, yet everybody is pitting every time. Unlike NASCAR, they don't have a limit on how many tires they can get. So I'm a little perplexed. Perplexed? Okay, perplexed. The Big Cactus, Steve Weber, number 83, Monsoon. Car, 4 tires.
Now, Will Farmer and Brad Otto both stayed out. I think maybe Will was trying to catch a lap lead, despite bringing out the caution there.
No, 2 tires for the 83 looks, well, no, that's 4 tires. They're not messing around. So, Will was saying tires weren't an issue.
And that bears out what
the grass there, so.
what I saw Tuesday night too. Is the tire wear, the fall off wasn't a lot.
But they're figuring, full course caution. We're gonna stay in line. We got to keep up with the Joneses. I get that,
Passing, as we've seen, it's not easy here, unless people are letting you go.
It's a great run for John the Dog Palmer so far in the top 10. This is definitely what he's looking at. Very competitive. Rick Pisconer out of the top 10, pitting late.
Yeah, we're waiting for things to cycle
Bob
through
Dixon,
here.
after a wild ride last week, at P18 there, we'll have to see if 43 can move up. The flipping and tripping last week.
Yeah, he got knocked over the wall, didn't he?
He got knocked the heck out.
Mama said, knock you out.
Mama said, knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out.
And we do.
What's up with Johnny Doucette? They're really trying to figure out what he's dealing with that car. We've seen him be real strong early. 38 of 90. These races are long, and
Well, we're almost
things
halfway
change.
there. Yeah, by lap 45, it'll be halfway.
The 10 car of Dennis Chambers has been patient, worked his way. We know he's got a fast piece. It's all over the Pat Watkins there. And Slim Jim, I think he's right where he wants to be. Ryan Johnson, we haven't mentioned him, Brothers Body and Paint. P6, very strong run for the 59 here. The Cactus, he knew what he knew. There he is in the top 10 again. Former champion Steve Weber. Now we got some new players up front there.
And
they're
Dan
good
Irvine.
players. Brett Otto stayed out. But Dan Irvine is definitely going to gobble him up right here.
So both those guys are on old tires.
Obviously, that
Slim pitted.
outside is just, can't do it. It's like turn 2 at Pocono, or, you can make...
Oh, Slim sideways, and everybody saves it.
What a great save. He power slam, he stabs the brakes, and oh my gosh. I don't think he got help there. He just got arrow loose. Didn't hit the wall.
Oh, Dave Simons hits the wall hard there off of one.
Wow. That just shows you the greatness of the 23 there. Look at this stab on the brakes. Oh my gosh. That'll make your sticker packer for sure. And now he's charging towards the 27. He's got that adrenaline going now, man. I mean, he saved that stuff. It's all like Donkey Kong. The 27, it's a little bit tight there going through the dog leg there.
Yeah, everybody gets tight.
Wow, this is a great track. Slim Jim all up on it.
Meanwhile, the 10 is all over the 35 behind them.
Corner speed just way better than 27 there. He's going to have to adjust here. Let's go in car, and we have in car with Slim Jim Gately, our directors all over it. You're the man, Shawn.
Yeah, we've been on there since the restart.
Yeah. Now, how do you figure this? Okay, as a driver, you're left. Bring it on right here. You want to get a run coming out of the corner.
Well,
That's what's going to be.
This is another one of those places where
But he can't keep it down. He's carrying great corner speed here.
this is another one of those tracks where just when you think it's time to go on the throttle, don't.
Late in the corner. You don't want to downshift. Early coming in. Get on the brakes. Now this corner, you stay in fourth. Then you're going to go through the dog leg here. You might breeze the brake a little bit. Downshift to third. He can also do that in fourth and breeze the brake. Here you just lift. Oh, he gets
Sideways again.
Loose. Irvine gets a great run out of there. Wow. Slim really got loose there, and he got zigged by the. Now he's got the 10 on the outside here. Well, these guys are good, folks. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Slim's had that car sideways several times through the dogleg and has managed to not lose it yet, but it's been close.
Car in the action there. Slim's gonna try to repay the favor now. Dennis Chambers in the 10, he gotta go, and he's pushing. Takes a look at the 35. You're seeing the difference of apexes here. Outside in, middle in, and inside out.
Ooh, Dennis catches a little bit of the wall off the turn 1 dogleg.
These guys on the straightaways are also looking at their tire temps, seeing how they're using that right front and left rear.
And we are past halfway now. Seem to have settled into a decent green flag run here. Toss
Last
some salt
lap
over your
Slim
shoulder.
Jim Gately, 29.2. Best lap, 28.8. Was that in the lead? At a 1 miler here, Arrow's got to be a little factor, but I think it's just free track in front of you. Having to deal with a car up in front of you is a little bit of a distraction.
The arrow, yeah, there's no draft really here, I don't think. But the arrow definitely affects, especially how your car handles that turn 1 dogleg. And, you know, trying to get through there, how much time off throttle that takes.
Well, and we're seeing that with guys like Dan Irvine was, you know, in the top 5, top 10. Now he's in the lead, and he's pacing these guys, getting great runs, and Apex is out of the corners. 27 is really, you know, got a stiff upper lip here.
You know, a 95 Will Farmer trying to cut back through the field here after his issues. Outside of John Palmer in the 108, and ooh, almost gets the wall.
Now we're getting a longer run here. Dennis Chambers working on the goat there, Matt Watkins. You know, Matt is always really humble. Talking tonight, he was like, I don't think I have a car to win this race.
You can really see the launch that Dennis Chambers is getting off of turn 1 particularly.
And I think Dan Irvine's getting that same line right there. The guys that nail these tracks like this, gosh, I'm trying to remember the other one. Another track
Phoenix?
like this.
Phoenix is a track that's most similar to.
Oh my, Kentucky is kind of like this. When you're better than the other guys and they're not quite as good, it just gets worse as time goes on. Unless you can transform yourself to do that better line, just start falling backwards. We're seeing these leaders definitely gap the field. Simon's, you know, has scraped the wall a few times, but the O2 is hanging there. With a track like this, that's not too much damage, if any, and that Mopar is definitely hanging, but he's losing some space here. He needs to get up. Go. Well,
Brad Otto hits pit road
had my
after staying out
iPhone
for a
right
while.
here. Something I said triggered Hey Siri. I don't.
Yeah, I get that all the time with OK Google.
Sweetheart, yeah, no thank you. We're broadcasting here. Now
Sure,
we're getting
looking
that
up
green
broadcasts
flag
for
run.
you.
Do we even know what the fuel window is? You're gonna probably split it in half, or what? You're just gonna run it out and then caution. Now all of a sudden,
I would run it out here. I would not want to short pit, because again, the fall off isn't very big, and the chances of a caution flag are pretty high.
right? Agreed. Dennis Chambers last week had a really good car. He was definitely disappointed in how things turned out. He got, you know, he signaled for pit road, but that's the way racing goes, and he got hammered in the rear, and that's...
Yeah, someone didn't see the hand out
Yeah,
the window, and
that's just the
someone
way it
followed that
goes,
car
and-
through,
But
and
you get over it, and you move on, and he has, and now he's battling for a win here. That's racing. If you're not passionate about it, you should do something else, you know, first-person shooter, or, you know,
ooh,
something
takes a
like
peek
that.
there, and
Well,
has to eat it.
and he's definitely got some skills here, and he's all over Matt Watkins. These are some of the best NASCAR 2003 drivers in the world. Right here, you're watching. Now we're coming up on lap traffic. This is going to get really interesting. Pops Martinson trying to get out of the way there. Job, Pops. Shout out
Another
to
battle.
his son, Toby. And all the grandkids. Pops, a fixture at FSB and a champion. Trans Am champion. Just keeps ticking like a Swiss watch, man.
Only other battle here on the track is this group with Steve Weber, John Palmer, Johnny Doucette, and the 51 of Dave Jandry.
And this is a great battle. These guys are going at it, man.
Johnny Doucette seems to have gotten a better handle on how this track races, and looking to make some move forward again. He's just searching for a way around that 108 of John the Dog Palmer.
Well, you know, what I've seen from the 58 is clean, hard driving from the minute he joined this league, and skills. And you see him get himself out front there, and didn't have the car to compete, and was able to get out of the way, which that takes huge skills and awareness and car craft. And now he's battling, you know, for a top 10 here cleanly, and that's just so very impressive. Whoa, boy. He had to get on it there, and these guys are battling, you know, for P10 here. It's crazy, and it's FSB racing, you know.
Meanwhile, Dennis Chambers has fallen back off of Matt Watkins after trying to make some inroads before. Well, there again, you see that big run he gets off the final corner. Or, I'm sorry, off the first turn.
And then you got the 51, Dave Janry, longtime member here at the league. And, you know, pro sim racer battling. These guys are going at it. Weber down on the apron. He loses some momentum there. Dog takes a look. Can't make the pass. This is great battling here. You guys are using 4 different lines. Their hearts are pounding. They've been looking forward to this all day. And, you know, Dog, I mean, he's either in therapy, he's in some kind of, you know, I mean, paralyzed from the waist down. Or he's, you know, flying jet bombers on his computer, trying to blow up some country, you know. But I mean, you know, FSB racing is his life, you know. I mean, it's what he looks forward to, you know, along with family and all that stuff. He's got all that going on, you know, but it's just so cool to meet a guy that, you know, frankly, you know, he's told me, you know, if I didn't have FSB racing and something to do, you know, I mean, I'd just be pedaling my wheelchair around 3 wide, and he makes the pass.
Ooh, Johnny, you set in the grass.
Gets loose there. I'd just be pedaling my wheelchair around with nothing to do, you know. Instead, he's out there. He drives a real car, you know. He's got a van, hand controls, and he sim races with hand controls. You know, we take life for granted a lot, and it's so cool to see a guy just fight every day, you know. And Dog gets the spot. Ryan Johnson's fell back a little at ninth.
If they're starting to reel him in to the 108, closing the gap to the 59.
Absolutely, and these guys are kind of starting about how they're going to split this up now.
But meanwhile, the 27
you can make it on fuel from here, no problem.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely. The next stop is going to be last as Johnny Doucette does hit pit road. But yeah, the 27 is holding serve here, looking really strong on those older tires than the guys behind him.
And other battles here, we got Pop still in 15th.
Ooh, look at Slim.
And cars coming up to lap him there. But he's got Bob Dixon. He's battling for position.
The 10 car.
Bill Yarbo at P6. They're just, you know, probably has some damage there, you know, so.
You hear? Ooh, that was freaky.
Caution.
You hearing what I'm hearing out of the 10 car?
No.
He is clutching. 10 car is trying to make this to the finish.
Well, you know, and Dave Simon's exiting. No, coming down pit road, the 02 out of P5, so we're starting to have pit stops here. The 58 has pitted, Ronnie Doucette. So they're definitely going to be alternating strategies.
Doesn't sound like Slim's pitting. In fact, Slim is still shifting.
They're you know, splitting it in half. Or more, because it'll only be 19 laps from this point.
I think we restarted with about 40 to go.
That's about splitting it in half.
Yeah.
And what do you want to do?
Or maybe more than 40, maybe like 60.
As difficult as pit road is, but things are kind of spread out. The smell's green. You want to split it in half or take it to the end?
Your leader, the 27 of Dan Irvine, has found himself in a great big gaggle of lap cars ahead of him.
Well, if he's planning on staying out, then he doesn't care. He's going to be trying to save fuel. Look at that gaggle. Matt Watkins, the king of fuel saving. The goat, looking at the scanner, he's in that gaggle too. Okay, 27, Dan Irvine is pitting.
Well, he missed it this time by.
Yeah, he couldn't make it, but he did signal. What's Matt Watkins going to do? Looking at the scanner. Nothing yet. The king of clutch. The clutch of king.
If Irvine's pitting, he's not going this time by either.
Okay, well, leader is coming. Please hold your line. Okay, my bad. That's not a pit. That is, he's trying to pass you, so my mistake.
He's extended his lead over.
I think they're going to try
seconds.
to make it here.
Well, I know the 10's trying to make it because you can hear him clutching.
Well, it's a good time for me to take a porta potty break here. I'll be right back.
Listen on board the 10 car of Dennis Chambers, see if he's still clutching heavily. We have a car, ooh, the 43 of Bob Dixon. Probably going to get an unsafe entry to pit road on that, but he manages to not bring the caution out, sliding through that access road. Yeah, Dennis Chambers is saving around every inch of this track. Meanwhile, the 27 of Dan Irvine continues to extend that lead to now 2 seconds over Matt Watkins. So if Dan Irvine's doing anything to save, it's not apparent to me. Oh, here he is, pit road now. 27 down pit road. As the 35, 23, and 10 cars all stay on the track.
Well, there was somebody in the porta potty, but it turned out to be Jim Ray.
Man, I don't need to hear about that.
My turn. Doug Palmer down pit road. Well, he can't make it.
And we're going to be inside 10 laps to go here.
Matt Watkins fears no man here, and he is in P1.
But for how long does he have to stop? Can he make it?
Are they clutching? It doesn't sound like it.
The 10 car, as I said before, is definitely clutching. The 23 is still shifting, so I doubt he's clutching. Because if you're going to save fuel, you're not going to bother shifting around here.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, I crank the RPMs up.
And the 10 car is clutching. Oh, you can hear it.
That's what I'm saying.
Folks, that's hard enough to do on a speedway, let alone a track like this.
Yeah, Sam Young pointing out the give and take out there tonight, and he's very correct. This is a track that requires that, you know. It's tough to pass here, so doing the sportsmanship thing and letting people go is the way to be. You don't want to get piled up.
Well, and them running Tuesday night, a shorter version of this race, a lot of cautions. These pro drivers have definitely learned from that race. And
I think there's only one caution. And
tough,
Slim Jim hitting pit road.
Slim Jim Gately down pit road. With 9 to go. He He can't make it.
So now all eyes fall on the 10 and the 30.
On
Oh,
the
35
and the
Matt
one,
Watkins sideways in
and
front
the
of
31,
Dennis Chambers.
35.
Wow.
Dave January exiting pit road.
What a save.
Slim Jim
Both
Gately
on-
down in the first stall.
Both on Matt Watkins' part and on
Fuel
Dennis
only
Chambers
for
to
the
not run him over.
23. No tires. That was about a 4-second stop there. Slim Jim Gately exiting pit road. No tires. Fuel only. What's Matt Watkins gonna do? This is the fuel savingest son of a gun you ever saw. And now he's clutching big time. All the way through the corner in P2. Big time. But as Dennis Chambers snookered him and clutched earlier, I think so.
I think that's what happened.
He saved fuel earlier, and now he's going.
And we have caution on the track
Caution is out.
with,
With 3 to go, this
3 to
should
go?
be it.
is it 3 to go or 4 to go? Which, oh wait, it just triggered. Yeah, so it's 4 to go. When he took 4 to go when he took the caution.
What a great move
This
by
could be
Dennis
it.
Chambers in the 10. It ain't over yet, folks, but
Ain't over yet, but at the very
he might have
best.
snookered the snookerer. Look, you don't outsnake the 35 very often, but Dennis Chambers, obviously, this guy's got skills, he's got experience, he's been around, and he was the first one that we spotted seeing the possibility of a green flag run to the end or close to it. And he laid his bed, started clutching. You know, this caution is going to help Matt if they get a restart, but he's got cars in front of him, but it may not restart. It's right on that edge. And I need another beer. I'll be back.
And I'm trying to find the source of this final caution here. Is there are cars heading down? Oh, cars are heading down pit road for the 10-lap rule in case this does restart. Oh, it appears the caution may just be for a blown engine. And that is what it is. Here we see the 108 car of John Dog Palmer having himself a nice solid run tonight. And down the front stretch, the engine just lets go. In between the dog leg and turn 1. He gets it down off the racing surface as fast as possible, but to no avail. He laid down oil on the track, and that's it. That's all she wrote. I think the 10 car had this in hand either way. He was definitely working towards making it to the finish. Whether he could or not, it's a moot point now because he just has to cruise around behind the Firebird pace car.
Well, you don't finish until you finish, and you got to cross that line. Talking to Matt Watkins tonight, felt like he had maybe a top 5 car leading the points usually, and also putting on a great show. If he gets P2, he'll be very happy with that. And Dennis Chambers is still clutching under caution. He is definitely worried about it on the last lap here. These guys gamble, man. I mean, they're smart. You have to be the driver and crew chief. You got to be Roger Penske, you know, and Keselowski. Come on, Dennis. Get it by there, man. You know, I've been around here a long time. I've seen it all. I've seen them butter out before you hit that line. It ain't official till it's official. And Barrett
McKay says,
sponsored by Budweiser, the King of Beers.
Spunkered.
God bless you, man.
Spunkered by Budweiser, the King of Beers.
I'm so glad you show up every week and check us out, bro. Man, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And everybody that's watching, we have fun with it, you know. Good stuff, man. And if you're interested, and there you go. Your winner, chicken dinner. And if you're interested in trying it, you know, it's relatively inexpensive, and there's lots of help.
It's free at this point, really.
And
to get started.
To get started and try to pretend you are a real race car driver like we do, you know.
Yeah, it just doesn't hurt when you hit something.
Absolutely. Get some, Dennis.
There you go. There is your winner.
Attaboy.
The 10 car of Dennis Chambers. The broadcaster jinx is lifted once again, as that was my selection. Called my shot. Keeping it in the Northeast.
Well, you know, and a fantastic... I mean, it takes a lot of self-control to be able to have the skill to be driving and also to formulate these plans. Of course, you have teammates and...
Well, he's an independent.
So, I mean, yeah, half the wins I have are because the teammate told me, do this, Milt. You know?
You're definitely,
I'm a driver.
the type that would need, yeah, you'd be like full trickle out there. Although only you do know cars.
Got skills.
But yeah, your top three are Dennis Chambers, Matt Watkins, and Will Farmer. We got two Northeast boys in here. Let's go gather up our podium,
Will,
if you will.
Great run. Wow. He's going to be really excited with that, you know.
Absolutely. It's been coming. And Milty, I'll turn you loose to go gather up our podium finishers. But running through the order here, Dennis Chambers, again, your winner, average speed of 90.584 miles per hour. Matt Watkins in second place. Will Farmer rounds out your top three. Dan Irvine was fast all night, leading most of the last part of that race, but had to pit. Ends up fourth, still on the lead lap, as well as Jim Gately, also held that lead lap spot. So your top five still all on the lead lap there, with Bill Yarbrough, the first car lap down, Ryan Johnson, Dave Simons, fast all night, just got caught out there, and probably the right side damage from a couple wall slaps there caught up to him. And Johnny Doucette comes in ninth. Rick Castle, very quiet top 10 run there. Very good run for the 124. And then rounding out your field there, Steve Weber, Rick Bisconner, Pops Margison, Dave Jandry, Brad Otto, and it just changed on me. Bob Dixon, John the Dog Palmer, Ken Hansen, your first car retired, and the 68 of Chet Barkin also continuing to have his issues. Didn't see what happened to Dan Jones, as he's credited with 20th place. And we have our third place finisher, Will Farmer. Home track podium there, Will. Good job.
Yeah, shout out to my crew chief. He did really good tonight. He had that brain power to just predict that there would be a caution.
Well, were you saving, or did you top off, or were you going to run it dry?
I didn't have enough fuel to finish the race. If the caution didn't come out, I would have literally ran out of gas in the middle of the track. I was gonna pit the next lap. I was gonna pit the next lap if the caution hadn't
Well,
come out.
sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Well,
I
that's what
think
I won
I
with
think
tonight.
Richard
Was
Petty would
all
tell you that
luck.
himself.
What a show, though, man. I mean, that was a great run on a really tough track and with some great drivers. Dennis, I mean,
Yeah,
you
Dennis.
clutched early. You saw the the light in the tunnel, and you drove through it. And by the time they realized it was going to be that way, it was too late. And you dominated the end of that race. Great job, Dennis.
Thanks, Milt. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know if I've got much of a clutch left, but
But you was
Burn that
using
sucker out. It did its job. It died a hero.
no, yeah, I just was trying to anticipate early, for some strange reason, if it were to go the distance or at least close to it, I was trying to prepare well ahead of time, and yeah, I had plenty of fuel to get to the end, and I don't know if Matt there got loose there toward the tail end or something. I know he went high, and I was going to go low to begin with, and kind of was already committed, and how we didn't get in a wreck there was beyond something.
Well,
Yeah.
last week you had a great run going, and it just didn't work out. You were pitting, and the guy behind you didn't see you, and that was the end of your race. That's racing. But tonight you put it all together, and that's racing too. But just a fantastic win against smart guys. So Matkins, man. You texted me. You figured maybe top 5 tonight. A little bit better than that, bro.
Yeah, it's a pretty good race. Yeah, it was fun. I was laughing half short, and I decided to try to clutch. I never clutched there, and I went to turn 1, and it's a miracle I didn't wreck because I shot the track and then was in a 4-wheel drift and saw Dennis coming and slammed the brake and turned it right and somehow didn't wreck. But
That's kind of what I thought happened there. That it was the first time you hit the clutch, and it kind of surprised you.
Yeah, I mean, clutching around this track, Dennis was. I mean, that's a heck of a feat. I mean, it's one thing to on a bigger track, but wow, that was impressive.
Yeah, honestly, I should have just went with the trend. Like the earlier races this year, I just kind of went for it. Knew usually there's a caution. And the second I clutched, we got a caution. But Dennis played it perfectly. Awesome job to him. He was up there all night, and good job to Will. He played a really good strategy, and tough for Slim. He probably had the fastest car, but it's so hard to pass.
I think so.
I think he got loose like one time, and once you get back, it's just impossible to pass on this track. But I think everybody did a good job. It was a tough track, and it was overall a really fun race.
Awesome. Well, great job there again, Matt Watkins. Pretending that you weren't going to be good, and there you are, second place, lap sled and everything, and that should definitely extend your point lead. Although Dennis Chambers there, second place, picks up another win. I think the points are updated. I'm trying to figure that out here as I click around. Let's see, latest results. I know, but yeah, that's it. The points are up to date. So we got Matt Watkins 24 points up on Dennis Chambers, your winner tonight. Rick Pisconer, third place, 32 points back. And that's your point battle heading down the stretch here as we have. This is supposed to be week 10, but we have 2 makeup races, so really 4 races left to go in this season 35. So still plenty of moving and shaking could happen there. But again, great job. Our winner, Dennis Chambers, thanks for joining us. Matt Watkins, second place, and of course Will Farmer, third, as well as popping in to do some in-race reporting with us. We appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for putting the show on.
All right, then. Thanks, everybody, for joining us out there in YouTube land. We had lively chat going at points tonight. Thanks, of course, my partner, Milt Minter Jr., for joining us.
You.
As I couldn't do that without you, buddy. We thank, as always, our series sponsor, Farmer Brothers Contracting. Bill Farmer putting up the hardware that we're all chasing here. And of course, Ryan Johnson and Sam Young are series and league admins. Once again, for FSB Racing Live, signing off, I'm Shawn Reap. Good night.